AMC is at highs for the day, and I think it is very possible that AMC could double. For those of you guys that are not subscribed to this channel and you guys have not seen my thesis on this, I'm going to go over this for you guys, and I think it mainly revolves around earnings, the low volume that we have seen, as well as the high short interest and a good percentage of existing short interest that is being hidden on the option chain, but will eventually have to cover when the share price does go to these insane levels. So yes, I'm talking about all-time highs coming in the near-term future with AMC stock. This is not to get you guys too overly excited. It's not to say this is definitely going to happen, because we do know AMC is a very manipulated stock. About 60 to 70% of all of our orders go to the dark pools, and there's really no way of knowing what happens with those orders. But I'm going to give you guys my thesis on why I am making these claims. If you guys don't agree with me, feel free to let me know that information down below in the comment section. You know, provide your bearish case for AMC if you do have one. That is always very helpful. Now, other than that, we're going to go through the technical analysis, the stock tracker data, the Ortex data, Adam Aaron, his tweet from yesterday that is very important, the new business line. I don't think it's the business line that we have been talking about, but still a step in the right direction. If you guys have not seen that, we will go over that, as well as the 13F filing. So we have a lot of juicy information to get into. Let's get into it. Drop that like on the video. Consider subscribing, all of that good stuff. Check out the sponsor of this video, Moo. Deposit $100 with the link in the description. Get 24/7 free financial news. Faster you can get the news, like I always say, that's where the money is made, and Moo does a great job of keeping you guys informed. So check that out. Deposit $100, get up to $350 in free stock. You cannot go wrong by doing that. Now let's talk AMC, what is really important. AMC currently coming down a little bit from our highs of the day just a minute ago, literally a minute ago, at $41.97 per share. So we're seeing a strong rally heading into earnings on Monday. Now, earnings are after hours, so if you want to trade AMC like I've been doing, loading up almost every single day on AMC shares, your time to buy, to trade earnings is going to be by the end of the day today, which this video will come out at 4 o'clock. You guys can trade after market if you guys do want to. I don't suggest that, but you guys can do whatever you guys want. I'm not a financial advisor, all of that good stuff, so come to your own conclusions. But if you want to trade AMC earnings as well, you will have the day of Monday to do so. Now, I think we are going to go up on Monday as well, because this is a very important quarter for AMC. This is either going to say, hey, there is still a short thesis left on AMC if the revenue numbers don't come in as expected, and the estimates are $768.8 million, or if they just don't pivot the business like they've kind of been hyping up that they will. That would provide, I guess, some level of a short thesis at our current share price at about $41.65 per share. But if they crush earnings, if they come out with some great news, I think that short thesis is ultimately dead in its tracks, because we were just sitting at these share price levels at about $30 to $35 back in 2015. Yes, AMC had less debt, but if they have a plan to maximize potential profits and to grow revenue, that could offset the debt that they have now. So hopefully that makes some sense to you guys. That would crush the short thesis, and that would be somewhat, to say, a bomb for short sellers. If there's no short thesis, if this stock has only good things going for it and gonna boost revenues, boost profits over the next 6 to 30 months, why would you short the stock? I think that would be a recipe for some shorts to cover. Some shorts at this current moment have an egotistical battle going on with apes, so we know this is probably not going to cause the MOAS, but we could see some of those smaller shorts and medium range liquidity hedge funds that do and will be forced to cover on their short positions. That's not even to mention if we do see 4 share recalls by the brokers. So that's the current situation, and part of why I think AMC will rally is that, and double in share price here in the next couple of weeks, is because of this. If you guys are subscribed to this channel, I do apologize for just saying this over and over again. I like to keep it very, very short. So if you're new to the channel, if you're new to these videos, you get the scoop, but I don't stick around and talk about it too long to annoy some of the people that do watch all these videos. Now, In March, we went up 60% bottom to top about 4 weeks after earnings. Back here, literally almost to the 4-week day after earnings in May, we went up 1,000%. And back here at the last earnings call, we went up 100%. So if we go up 100% from here, that's a double in share price. You're looking at $82 per share. Now, I think we are going to get some resistance at about $72.62. And depending how trading halts do play out, I think that could slow down some of the momentum, but considering other stocks that have went even crazier, DWAC, the Trump SPAC, went up about 1,000%. Lucid Motors went up about 100%. DWAC didn't even have short sellers in the stock. They only had warrants, so you really didn't even see a gamma squeeze with that stock, and it still went up 1,000%. Lucid Motors, they didn't have a high short interest compared to AMC, only about 9 to 10% at its highest point, whereas AMC's at arguably 18% short interest at the current moment. But you did see that gamma squeeze effect with Lucid Motors. With AMC, you have all of that. You have the options, you have the FOMO buyers that are just prevalent in the market right now, going from one stock to another. AMC hasn't had good enough news to see that FOMO buying continuation last, longer than a couple of minutes or, 10 to 20 minutes at a time. We've seen pops and then basically come right back down. But other than that, guys, you are seeing, like I said, that short interest. And when you mix all of this together with some good news to drive the FOMO buying, that's where you see big price action moves in the stock. And also AMC does have that super low volume. So if you were to just average out 2021 earnings, percentages gained after earnings about 4 weeks out, keep in mind that's typically where we top out at, you would come to a conclusion that AMC to double after this earnings is probably pretty likely, or if not, go to roughly all-time highs. So that is the current situation. That is my thesis why I think AMC will double. If you don't agree with me, let me know in the comment section. I would love to hear from you guys. Somebody that has a valid argument for the bearish side, why you don't think that will happen. That's always appreciated in the comment section. Now let's move on to that. Let's get into the raw data around AMC. What is happening today? If you guys are unaware, AMC is definitely benefiting from BBBY. That stock is up, last I checked, about 15%. It may be even higher right now. AMC was kind of, rising. You guys probably heard that quote, a rising tide lifts all boats. That's basically what's going on, but AMC does have its earnings, so you are seeing those traders getting in right now. I don't think shorts are covering, but that is why AMC is going up at the current moment, as well as the news that we did get yesterday. So Adam Aaron 22 hours ago says AMC announces an expansion going into the multi-billion-dollar popcorn industry in 2022. Freshly popped at malls, home delivery / to go from theaters, and microwavables sold at supermarkets. So obvious. Who knows more about popcorn than AMC? On a peak day, we sell 50 tons of it. So obviously, people like their popcorn. This is very widely known. AMC is pretty well known for their popcorn at theaters, and that's basically what everybody gets if you go to the movie theater, right? So I don't like the whole, freshly popped at malls part or even the home delivery, but I do like the fact that it's going to be sold at supermarkets. If you're somebody that just loves popcorn, you watch it with every movie, whatever the case is, or you just get it from time to time, you're probably going to go with AMC, or you're at least going to give it a try. And why this is actually a great thing is because, like you said, multi-billion-dollar popcorn industry. So it's a pretty big industry overall, but the margins on popcorn are insane. Obviously, from them starting this, they probably won't have as good margins as over time they will get better. But either way, on the low end, I would be very surprised if there's not at least a 20% profit margin on this popcorn, if not as high as 50%, just because popcorn is very, very cheap to, make and distribute and package. And ultimately, probably the highest margin would be actually splitting the revenue with these distributors. So I think that's good for just recurring revenue, because AMC doesn't have any recurring revenue unless you go to theaters all the time. And most of us probably go to theaters a couple times a year. Nothing too outrageous. So that's good. I don't think that's what Adam Aaron was talking about. When you look back at the success of AMC, you're going to look at it as a company that branched off and is now more than a theater company. I think this is kind of in the realm, and I don't think it makes sense to announce this before the earnings. So that is my take on it. All of this is really my bullish thesis on why I think AMC is going to double coming on earnings. There's just a lot of good news that that is going to be coming out that will crush that short thesis. Now, as far as the raw data, like I was saying, 16.14% short interest of free float, 82.55 million shares that are sold short. Very large amount relative to the volume, and considering, like I said, the short sellers using the option chain to make it look like they have covered, as well as the synthetic short positions and the naked short positions. This short interest is likely in between 40 and 80%, maybe possibly even higher than that. And the share utilization is at 87.97%, so almost 88%. So we are starting to go back up, meaning there is a little bit less shares that are available to be sold short. Not really getting to those levels of 4 share recalls, but we're definitely starting to get up there. Free float on loan at about 20%, so there's about 4% of the free float on loan that is still out on loan that has not been sold short yet. So there is some ammo to short AMC at the current moment, but there's no reason to short AMC at the current moment considering the positive reactions after earnings throughout all of 2021. That's a really stupid move to be doing before AMC earnings. Now, the Stocko Tracker data, obviously we're going to see a lot of contracts expiring tomorrow. About 148, almost 149,000, and I think I said tomorrow, I mean today. As far as really what I'm watching for is November 19th to see after how we populate for the day, because this is only updated once a day, but we're already at 169,000 calls that are out of the money for November 19th, the monthly options expiration date, and then 30,464 for calls that are currently in the money for that expiration date. So this is going to be important. I think people are going to skip past the weekly expiration dates, and we're just going to go straight to this monthly expiration date. After that, obviously December 17th and then January 21st, 2022 is setting up for that big gamma squeeze. And I don't think this is ultimately going to cause the MOAS by any means necessary. I think we're going to have just multiple squeezes and just inch up higher and higher until we do see that cataclysmic rally where we go up hundreds of percent in any given day for a couple of days. There's going to be a lot of people holding, a lot of shorts trying to cover. If we do have low volume at the time, it makes it really hard for shorts to get out of their positions. Now, if you're looking at 4 share liquidations and just people's accounts blowing up, that's where you really get into this whole MOAS situation, and you can see just it doesn't matter how many times the stock gets halted, you're going to see that endless buying power going into the stock. Hopefully that makes some sense to you guys. Let's move on to the 13F filings, baby, and we are looking at some bullish activity nonetheless. A little bit more firms that have reported they have sold out, but an overwhelmingly high majority of firms are averaged in at very high prices for AMC and continue to hold on to their positions. Most of these firms averaged in at about $47 per share over the last quarter and continue to hold on to their position. So obviously these firms see a lot of upside still with AMC stock, and I mean, they're on the good side of this trade, right? You want to be long on AMC, not short on AMC. So if any of you guys are short on AMC, that is probably a recipe for disaster, but I'm not a financial advisor. Take this video with a grain of salt. These are only my opinions mixed in with the raw data. The second half of this video, like we already went over, anything can happen with a manipulated stock, but as history has shown us, AMC is probably going to double after earnings. This is no clickbait. I want to source ideas, give you guys my thesis. If you guys, like I said many times in this video, if you guys have a bearish thesis, let me know in the comment section. I will definitely address that. If it's something worth bringing to your guys' attention, I will make a video about it. So leave it as detailed as you guys want. I do read all those comments, respond when I possibly can. These videos take a long time to make. I love making them. That's why we crank them out, baby. So that is going to be all for this video. Hit that like button for me. Consider subscribing to the channel. Check out the links in the description to get all the free stock your heart desires. The link for Moomoo. There's a link for Public. There's a link for Weeble. Literally tons of free stocks you guys can get for virtually no money. It's a win-win either way. I get a free share for referring you guys, so it helps support the channel as well. Link for the buy and sell alerts if you guys want to be notified every time a trade is bought or sold. We have been killing it over there. Just hit a trade today that would cover that cost for about 6 months time. So needless to say, it is very inexpensive. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.